time for another Chicago Bears Now mailbag. I'm Harrison Graham. Here comes F. Marsh. He says, if a team offered a first-round pick for Jaylon Johnson if he's franchise tagged, would you take it? So basically what he's saying is, if you franchise tag a player, you can trade him. Tag and trade, it does happen sometimes. If a team offered a first, would you take it? Well, first of all, I still think the thing I'm most in favor of is a contract extension. Let me get that clear. And look, he's worthy of an extension. He was the highest graded corner in the NFL per PFF. Second team All-Pro. I thought he should have been first team over Sauce Gardner. But that's neither here nor there. He had a great year. There's no doubt. Are there minor injury concerns with that shoulder? Yes, there are. But I still think he's absolutely worth it. And even if I'm offered a first, I'd probably still keep him. Now, if a team's picking in the top 10 or 15 and offers a first, you at least have to consider that. But if you trade him still, you're probably looking to draft or sign a corner, right? So it's kind of like, okay, sure, I get a first, but then am I going to draft Kool-Aid McKinstry or Nate Wiggins or something like that to try and replace that production? Yeah, like sure, it'd be cheaper on a rookie contract, but chances are they're not going to be Jaylon Johnson. So I'm probably still keeping him. Yeah, I'm taking that phone call, and I'm at least hearing that team out. But at the end of the day, I would like to sign Jaylon Johnson. What would you do in that scenario? You get offered a first-round pick for Jaylon Johnson. Would you trade him? Would you keep him? What would you do? Type Y for yes, you would trade him. Type N for no, you would not. Get your votes down in the comments. Before we get to more questions from you guys, if you want to get on the show, do me a favor. Follow me on Instagram at HGramNFL. DM me your Bears mock drafts on Instagram. Best ones get on the show. We got to get to 5,000 followers. I forgot to update this number. It's actually over 4,800, so we're less than 200 away. Help us out. If you want to get on the show, let's get to 5,000 followers and make it happen. Appreciate all the support we've gotten already. DM me your mocks. Give me a follow. We'll put your mocks on a video very, very soon. Lucas Prang, I understand wanting to keep Fields, but I just think it's riskier to keep him than to draft Caleb. From a business standpoint, draft Caleb. Yeah, I mean, look, there's risk on both sides, but I would probably agree, even though that, sure, if you draft Caleb, trade Fields, and Fields is awesome somewhere else, and Caleb struggles, and you don't have that draft capital, yeah, I mean, that could be a missed opportunity. But on the flip side, if you pass on Caleb and he ends up being multi-Pro Bowl, all-pro caliber, or even just like top 10 quarterback in the NFL, and Fields doesn't take proper steps, then you've passed on the number one pick 2 years in a row. Yeah, you're going to have extra picks and get extra players, but at some point you do need the quarterback to reach a certain level. Could Justin get there? Absolutely. Does Caleb, in theory, have a better chance of getting there on a cheaper contract earlier on his rookie deal? I think that's possible. I do. Aaron Wolf, would you trade Justin for the 20th pick with Pittsburgh? You'd have to consider that heavily, man. If a team offers you a first for Justin and you like/love Caleb or Drake May, don't you have to heavily consider that? I think so. I don't think it's as simple as, yep, I'm taking it. Send me the facts over. We're doing that right now. But it's probably one of those, yeah, let me sleep on it. We'll get back to you tomorrow. And then you sleep on it and you're probably like, yeah, we're going to make that trade. Harrison Graham, my burner, apparently. I love Justin, but I just don't think Poles will keep him, especially because Caleb will reset the rookie clock. Valid point. Also, if they keep Justin and he stays mediocre and Caleb excels. Yeah, this is exactly what I was just saying. Maybe this account just reiterates what I say and it turns into mailbag questions. That was a joke, obviously. But, yeah, I mean, that's the risk, right? You keep Justin again. Caleb's awesome somewhere else. Justin stays middle of the road. It can't happen, man. Like, if you keep Justin, you're banking on him taking a major step forward. Check out our DJ Moore jerseys. We've got plenty available. Legit Nike authentic NFL jerseys. Chatsports.com/DJ. We got men's, women's. Go check them out. Link is in the comments and description of this video. It is chatsports.com/DJ. Go get yourself a DJ Moore jersey right now. Richard Lococo, #Bears, would you draft Roman Wilson and Blake Corm? I think Wilson's probably like a round 4 type of receiver. I think in that range, he saw it. I think he projects as a number 3, number 4 in the NFL. Blake Corm, 3rd round. I don't think I would spend a top 2 round pick on him, but he's a patient runner. He sees the hole well, and he's a leader. I mean, he was the heart and soul of that Michigan team in a lot of ways. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of both those players. Joshua Lippens, what do the Bears do with their own pick? Trade up or down or pick a player? If so, who would you pick? Well, if you're watching live, Josh, we're about to do a segment here in a little bit, probably 30 minutes or so. Bears draft targets with the number 9 pick. So we'll dive into some players there. But trading up and down, definitely a possibility, especially what you do at 1. I do think that Ryan Poles would like to get into the second round of this NFL draft. So there's certainly no doubt that there's different avenues there for the Chicago Bears. Jacob, if they're both there at 9, who are you taking, Bowers or Odunze? I think Odunze, but I would heavily consider Bowers, man. I think it depends on free agency. Like, if you sign Mike Evans, I'll take Bowers. If you don't sign a notable receiver in free agency, probably Odunze. But they're both very good, man. Who do you guys think is the better prospect? Type RO for Rome Odunze, BB for Brock Bowers. Man, I feel like I like Bowers as a prospect better, but getting that reliable number 2 receiver feels more important because you already have Cole Kmet. So I'd probably have to go with Odunze. William Bomer, pick an edge rusher to draft at 9. Dallas Turner, Jared Verse, or Laiatu Latu. I could order him the way I would, William. Latu was the most productive this year, but there's some medical concerns. He's not going to have incredible traits. Dallas Turner has awesome traits. He put on weight this year. He's great against the run, and he improved as a pass rusher, and there's still room to grow there. I really like Dallas Turner. Jared Verse, he's a little up and down, but I like his size. He's a little more explosive than Latu, so I would order it Turner Verse than Latu. James Bond, great movies. Great games, too. What was the old Nintendo game? Goldfinger, Before Your Time, Rolly? Yeah, Rolly, out of the womb, was playing Xbox One. He said, any chance the Chargers trade Herbert for the first pick? There's been some, wild rumors. Jim Harbaugh is going to bring J.J. McCarthy to the Chargers. There's just no way they're trading Justin Herbert. That would be... I like Jim Harbaugh, but I would call him out on dumping Herbert and drafting McCarthy. That's not something I would get behind. Aaron Wolf, what about trading down and picking Drake May or Jaden Daniels is who you mean? Interesting idea, Aaron. Stay tuned. That's all I got to say. But just in a hypothetical world, if Ryan Poles, couple of theories. One, I like Drake May or Jaden Daniels better than Caleb. You could trade down. Or 2, likes all 2 or 3 of the guys pretty equally, and you get offered something huge for the first pick, then yeah, that makes it more appealing to move on down, for sure. Make sure you join the channel. We have off-season coverage on the daily. Subscribe, turn on those notifications to make sure you never miss out on the latest Bears news, rumors, draft videos, free agency coverage, breaking news, whatever's happening. We got you covered. Hit that sub button, turn on that notification bell. Tie 3, Caleb 1, trade up for Marvin. Next year's draft is not as strong as this one. Sure, I mean, it's hard to know what next year's draft will be yet, but I'm not close to that scenario. It's kind of the Houston Texans model where they drafted Stroud and then traded up for Will Anderson. Yeah, I mean, it kind of depends. How do you value next year's draft early on here? How much are you giving up to move up a few slots? So, yeah, all those factors come into play. Michael Monroe, then we'll get to another Michael. What are your thoughts on possibly signing Gabe Davis for a reasonable contract in free agency? Him and Moore plus Marvin Harrison Jr. would be lethal because all 3 can stretch the field. I like Gabe Davis as a number 3. I think he's a little too hit and miss for a number 2, but yeah, if you can get him for a reasonable price at number 3, can you get him at $10 million a year? 2 years, $18 million or something like that. 1 year, $10 million. I would definitely be open to that. Michael Horwitz. Boom! That's what we do for $100 super chats. He says Chargers and Jim at best are a 2-year team. They can't afford most of these guys if they go and do win a Super Bowl. And that's why, Michael, I think year one, it's not going to be a rebuild, but they're going to try to get into a better cap situation for 2025 and beyond. I don't think they necessarily have the attitude of trying to go all in year one. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? But I think they're going to tinker things a bit. Michael, you're going to get another sticker in our Bears Now Helmet Hall of Fame. Rolly's Neckbeard, if Polls calls Chat Sports offering number 1 and number 9 for Rolly, do you accept? Listen, this is tough. These are the hard-hitting questions that you never know how to answer. But I'm not giving Rolly up. I'm not giving Rolly up. He's at least worth 4 firsts. So Polls, you figure out. You find another trade partner. We're keeping Rolly put. That's all I know. All right. Appreciate all the questions. If you have any more, again, Instagram trying to get to 5,000 followers. Appreciate the support over there as well. At HGramNFL, you can send me your mock drafts over there. We'll react to as many of them as we can on the show. I try to get feedback on DMs as well. At HGramNFL for more Bears conversation.